anybody scheduled to work behind us today?
Tommy's supposed to be coming in.
Well, Tommy's on vacation. On the board.
Should be Darnell. Me.
Oh, you'll get some pictures from that Taylor's fire last night. We didn't have anybody paged because at first they didn't think it was nothing to it. We got there, the water gun was going off. It was a small fire contained like a metal shelving rack. It took us longer to get the water off than it did anything else. But that was the reason we didn't have them paged it out. We just did it as a water removal problem. And killed water to the system. Notified Central that the water was killed to it. And that if they got any more calls, be sure to activate everything quickly.
Yeah, Darnell's coming in. I had Tommy off for the 6th, not the 6th. That was you on the 16th.
Yeah, I had the 16th and what, the 20th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen on the board where it had TJ off.
Yeah, that's right. With Dietrich in class. That's right.
We was just checking. I have to start and sign some insurance papers this morning. But it was looked like a shorted out extension cord type material on that started that fire.
Usually bad extension cord.
Well, it was, I don't know, what would you call it? It was like a junction box type extension cord.
Yeah, it was a custom made extension cord. It was made with good materials, but they had it running up against the edge of a metal shelf and a garbage can sitting on top of it, and it just wore through. A little plastic garbage can, and it just wore through, I think is what happened, and shorted against that metal shelf and burned it down.
We got off the post indicator valve and drained the system. Oh, Mr. Whiteside's supposed to re-notify them when they get it fixed. I think he was going to put a new sprinkler head in last night and get it back up.
Yeah, Darnell's leaving Philadelphia this morning, and Tommy was off. It's emergency, but they had his wife having surgery. So, and I'm covering until Hutter can come in later today.
We was just checking to make sure we didn't make it.
I don't know why I didn't get a text out there. Do you know who the dispatcher was last night?
Oh,
That's why I'm not getting texts.
it was it. She never pays it out.
No, that should have been.
What had happened was the alarm company called, and Whiteside told her not to page it out because they had the alarm go off earlier this week.
It wouldn't matter. He doesn't get charged.
He had told her not to do it. Puppy called us. I was like, dude, y'all, they just call us. We'll ride down just to be there if you need us. And he called us back. He's like, hey, come on, ride down. So we rode down, and like I said, we checked it out and realized we can handle everything ourselves. So we just didn't
So
pay
I'll talk to Vera. Anytime an alarm goes off, we need to be going and doing a report on it.
Yeah. Well, I think they've been having trouble with the system as well. But
we don't have a policy of charging them.
But that's the reason why Mr. Whiteside had said that.
Yeah, I think it was just because it was 1:30 in the morning. They didn't want to bother waking everybody up and screaming through town. So.
Something like that can easily go from, oh, it's not bad, we can handle it, to holy crap, because of what they deal with. There's plastic flowers that could run through that place. And he's, I understand his situation. He's trying to get the county to fix the building, and because that's the county half of that.
Yeah, I put the county down the owner. I didn't have the number and all that. I put Mr. Q down, put Teeters down, then put Mr. Q down, and then the name up under it. Like, I used so little water that it was still in the green on the water extinguisher.
That's fine.
I mean, it was just, I put it down as a water because that's mainly what we did, was cut the water off.
That's fine.
But,
anytime we're not, we got too many people that don't want us paved out because they think there's a charge or a fee for, even false alarms, and there's not.
yeah.
I'd rather us go to a 1,500 false false alarms and have to.
Well, that's the same thing we told them last night. You know, we'd rather be here and them not need us than us not be here.
Okay.
And we advised them before we left, they had any more problems, call us.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold things down today. I've got to get this paperwork and stuff done. It's been a rough week so far. Other than that, that's all y'all.
We got like 18 hydrants done yesterday. I had like only one that was really a problem. They had one that was leaning, we had one that was leaking out from the top of the hydrant. I got a picture of the one leaking. Oh, we did all the way down from up here, all the way down Old Robinson Road.
And there was that one right behind the caboose. Borderline.
They will tie that one in with the other line, which, that's what they're doing. But, I don't understand what the folks do. With the one line,
We had several, we had to cut the fine. Like the one at 133, we had to cut the way in there to find it.
oh, we know, next time, up there on South Church.
That one, over, by the old cruise line, the video where it was there, but I couldn't find it. When you were that, you couldn't see it.
Luckily, we didn't find them.
I got a gallon of oil down there. I got a gallon of oil yesterday. They bought one, I don't know what happened to it. I went back across the street and grabbed another one. We had no oil in the cruise.
I checked yesterday, actually, I checked everything. We got one more item, we got another one where you can,
Yeah, that one, if you ain't careful, it's spinning around, you lose the cruise ship.
Problems I found earlier.
That's what if you leave that little gauge thing and you end up with make you dance like crazy.
Yeah, it about took me out yesterday. I couldn't find the T.
These said that they put the hose on your washer, put the cap on there to keep the hose off.
I screwed one out, keep it out the front.
I checked yesterday and the she's still on that. I ordered it at the same time we were talking about it.
We just have to break the deal.
That was straight T to solve that problem. Of course, like the other. So, I mean, that's why I ordered them.
Oh, so they said something about Saturday, what they try to do. He said some
Birthday party slash. It's his birthday party, and we have a bunch of kids, and the church has a fire.
I need to see something about Saturday.
I told the truck to be there, he's gonna handle it with all the fire prevention stuff and all that.
And don't do any hydrants on Saturday, right?
No, they'll do hydrants on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, we didn't do them on the Monday of Labor Day weekend, because we knew everybody was gone. When that Friday we got set up for relay, we put stuff over there for Relay for Life, and I did that, finished up that crew plan that I had.
Yeah, when we're on a holiday or weekend,
I just knew if we had an issue, the water department wouldn't be there to help us out.
well, that and also if we're out flushing hydrants and we turn up and people are home and the water goes brown.
Now, what'll make the water turn? Will that rust react with swimming pools and turn it green?
No, there's nothing.
I had a phone call from a guy. He's like, man, he said, do y'all flush hydrants? I was like, yeah, they're in their neighborhood. He said, well, something has been turning the water green in my pool.
No.
And they've been filling it off in. I was like, I can't think of anything that would
that's reacting to something in the pool.
That's
that's
what
just
wondering.
algae.
The wells wouldn't react with it.
No.
The rest will actually kill algae.
That's what I was thinking, because it would be like a
The
acidic,
incrustation.
would it not? Would it be acidic?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Would it be a rapid oxidation?
Yeah.
So I mean, it would seem like it would be.
it's oxidation of metals, so it's a deterioration, not a growth. And there's nothing toxic.
He called me about it the other day. I was like, dude, I don't have a clue. I was like, call me back and let me, once you see it, let me know something.
Now, if it would have turned to full brown, yeah, I could believe
Yeah,
it.
that's what I told him. I said, I figured if it done anything, it would turn it brown or orange.
But that's the biggest thing is if we do it on the weekend or something like that, and somebody's washing clothes or cooking, and that water goes, and it's like, that's just something that, it's better if we do it during the middle of the day. That way it's got time to settle before people come home. And it's just,
Oh, they don't talking about the gas gauge on engine one. Anybody complaining about it?
that's not what it is.
Well,
Yesterday,
he
they
said
filled
that
it up
seemed
day
like
before yesterday.
it seems like it lasts too long on full.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's at like almost 3/4. Yesterday they filled it up day before. We drove, drove around doing hydrants all morning. We were on that call. We were out a lot yesterday, and then that call last night for what 2 hours probably sitting there running. It was still on full. Never come down.
I didn't think about it until he said something about it when he come in last night.
I mean, I have seen it move off of full, but it just takes a long time for it to come off full. I'm just wondering if it's sticking on full a little bit or something.
Yeah, that's a floater, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd been that sending unit we replaced before.
That's probably what it is. It's probably
But
something's
if
got it
you want to,
hanging
I mean,
dry.
what I do is tell the other ships, see if it comes off full, and then take it and go fill it up and see how many gallons it holds. I mean, it may just be like my truck. My truck will stay on full forever, and then it drops
it
down.
just comes off of it.
We just didn't want to not say something about it.
Yeah, I noticed it, because what were we doing? We were doing the toes testing. Was last weekend before, whatever it was, and we were out there all day, and we had that call in the middle of it and everything, and I mean it never come off of full all day, and then we were out there running all day. That's what got me noticing it was that day, because I felt for sure we were going to have to fill up, and it said it was full.
We'll keep an eye on that. And if it is hanging up, then we'll get them to send us another. I get with HME and they'll send us another unit, and we'll burn it down to 1/2 or 3/4 and replace it. And we don't have to drop the tank to replace it. I think it goes inside, doesn't it?
It goes on the side. I just need to be sure to.
Make sure the tank.
If we could figure out about where it's going on it, because you remember here we had what did we have? 25 or 30 gallons of diesel fuel we took out of it that day.
I think the best thing to do would be run it down to 3/4. And
We took a
change it.
ton.
Yeah, it was on. The gauge was sitting on 3/4, I think, when we.
Did it the last time.
Yeah, and it was 35 gallons come out of it.
We may just have to do a pump test or something and run it down. And then when we get back, that'll be, we'll just go ahead and change it out.
It didn't, but I think 5, 6 screws and then the power wires from sending.
Yeah, it just unplugs and replugs in. Right.
Oh, during the flashlight started working last night. The one I had to take out of the brush truck yesterday.
That sounds like a circuit card.
I walked in the thing and I was like, what the hell? Because I was looking at the ice machine. I realized their light was on hitting it. So it cut itself on sometime during the day.
That's a circuit card, so I've ordered some more.
But that was, all the other ones I checked, they did the same thing. It would go straight to green and you'd hit it and the light would come on then, but if you pulled it off, it'd go right back dead. So we put one on there that worked. We got an old looking light on there. It worked.
As sometimes with circuit cards, they'll do that. I've had them to where if
the button's off, it's off. But with the circuit card, if it's off, it's on. I don't know how it does that because it's a push button switch. But
I didn't know if it was in there.
or it could be the switch.
If that switch
Yeah.
had went bad and it
I've had those go
heated
bad.
up enough to burn to the corrode.
We'll get all that taken care of. Y'all don't have anything else? No, I'm here until Darnell gets here. He just got off shift, so he should be here in the next 10, 15 minutes.
You sure you don't miss that?
If you want to, you can. If you,
I mean, if you think you got it, we'll go. But I mean, I hate leaving and buying.
nah, yeah, I leave me in behind.
I just got to go sign some insurance documents and control over there.
It's just the way things are just with Dietrich and Joel up in class this week, and they're not coming back till tomorrow. It's just the way we got it set up. There's not much we can do about it.
Well, we're going to head that way. Like I said, we just want you to know about Teeters. Because I hate for something to happen over there with the monies they put in the roof and all that in that building lately.
Okay. Now, just let this fast note on. Even if they say don't page us out, because if we don't, the one time they don't page us out.
Well, that's like Mr. White I said the other day. It's the first time the sprinkler system's ever went off for a fire.
That did its job.
That's what we told her.
You know, that's why we have them. Wish more people would think that way, but you know, that's going to be a long-term fight there.
Lord, we're fixing the head then. Y'all need anything, tell us.
I will. Sam.
Yeah.
This is the suckiest part of my job. I've been informed of some things, and I have to do this. Don't like doing it. I've been fighting not to do this for the last 3 weeks. As far as I'm concerned, in 60 days that will disappear. The suckiest part of my job.
Well, this comes as a complete surprise.
I've been fighting it for 3 weeks.
Can I ask who says I'm disrespectful and non-professional towards employees and volunteers?
The complaints have come from the mayor's office. And like I said, I've been fighting this for 3 weeks because I can't.
So the mayor says I'm being disrespectful to him or somebody here?
For what I understand, complaints have been given to him about being disrespectful, which I've not seen it, and again, I fought this tooth and nail. I don't want to do this. And I can't get anybody to tell me who told him. He just wants this done, so it's over with. And I don't know about. Did I take that out? I believe I took it out.
I've never not used the chain of command.
This is coming downhill. when I got this about 3 weeks ago, I've been fighting this tooth and nail.
I'd like some more information on this. This is completely,
Apparently,
erroneous and defaming of me.
apparently, they someone is taking copies of something off the internet of statements that were made, and I mean,
Such as what?
apparently, the statement says you have proof of illegal activity in the department. What the hell else was it? You're being discriminated against. What else was it? And
The only question of discrimination I had was I was asked to do, I was under the impression I was asked to do a different assessment, but you assured me that I did not have to do
no, you didn't do
a different assessment.
And there was
That was the only question I had, and we resolved that according to you.
yeah, it was.
So that, I don't understand where this is coming from. Any problems I've had, I've come to you and we've resolved them.
Again, this is coming down.
And there's been nothing on my Facebook about anything illegal going on here or not.
I don't know if it's Facebook. I don't know what website
Well,
it is.
that's the only one anybody around here would know me on. Nobody here is on my Twitter account. Nobody follows me on Twitter. Nobody follows me on Instagram. Except for,
so what's Instagram?
it's just a picture sharing website. You post a picture and put a small caption. There's nothing in there about it. I mean, I don't know where people are getting this,
Again,
but they're making stuff up, and I'd like to lodge a complaint against whoever it is brought this to the mayor.
What I need you to do.
Because this is completely wrong and erroneous and
What I need you to do. Okay, you do not.
slanderous even.
What I need you to do is I need you to, on paper, just like our policy says, on paper, give me a complaint or a grievance.
Against who? There's nobody to put one against, though. That's my problem.
You do not have, listen, you do not have to sign this. Okay?
I'm not planning to.
Okay. Now, if you disagree with it and you file a grievance, and then I can take this a step forward and defend you.
Okay.
Okay? Again, this is the suckiest part of my job. Again, like I think we've talked about it before. I got people running around making claims that pigs fly, as far as I know. But it's coming from people who want to disrupt department operations. I spend more time trying to deflect this crap than I do actually trying to find grants and other things that I need to do. But I mean, that's the bottom line. Okay? You don't have to sign this. You can file a grievance.
Now, I don't want to muddy the waters and cause any discord among the department.
This is your right. This is your right. Okay.
And I don't want to have anybody that whoever said this stuff to have grievances against me because I called them out on their lies.
Again, if you file the grievance and it goes the length that I'm going to take it. Okay. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have to file a grievance. This is all part of the process.
I understand the process. I've read the process.
And I've set this up for this reason, because there's a lot of bullshit that comes from that side of the road that I'm trying to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one that wants her nephew hired here. She came right out and said it yesterday. So, but you file a grievance. I take the grievance. I sit down in front of the city attorney and the mayor, and I say, okay, where's your evidence? I got a grievance against this. Where's your evidence? If there's no evidence, it becomes unfounded. A letter gets said, unfounded. Okay? Then your grievance stays. That disappears.
Okay.
Okay? That's how the process
works. So what if they come up with some trumped up evidence that is false and... They
have to have the individual, they have to have the documents. If they don't have that, which 90% of the time from what I found out, they don't. Okay? This is, I have no idea what this is. If ballparking it, I would say that there's someone pulling strings that wants their nephew hired. Because
Who
now,
would be that? I mean,
I'm not gonna. I'm just not going to get into that because I've already told them I'm not going to hire him. I know who they want me to hire. I'm not going to hire him. He had an opportunity to get on here once before and screwed it up so bad that he was pulling strings. Had people from the state calling me.
okay.
So no, it's not going to happen. But I need you. That's why I said this is the suckiest part. But what I need you to do, and I got your copy right here. I need you to write a grievance against this.
Okay.
You land the grievance, then I can stop this because then I have documentation. Okay, you know me. I don't like doing this crap without some kind of paperwork.
Right.
And this secret squirrel shit drives me up the wall. I've been fighting this for I've been fighting it since the day I walked in the door. Now, we go forward with this, that's fine. So, and you have, I think the policy says 14 days. Is that what the policy says?
I don't recall.
Let me pull it up real quick. I think you've got like 14 days to respond, or 14 days or something like that. Hell, I'll give you a month for all I really give a crap.
Complaining of workload? Understanding my position? Wow.
Yeah, you've got 14 days. And then I have 14 days to come up with a rebuttal.
This is straight up slanderous.
That's why I need your side of it. Again, I don't do anything without getting all sides.
Well, I mean, I can't even provide a complete picture of my side because I don't know what they're referring to.
That's what I need in your grievance. This is
Completely unfounded and
exactly. That's what
and vague as all get out. There is absolutely no concrete thing other than you're a bad employee. You complain. That's it.
This is why I do the annual reviews and semi-annual reviews. This is why I monitor and document everything you guys do. Okay?
Well, here's your copy. I'd like my copy.
All right, it's right here, man.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to sign that.
No. Look, when I was given this part right here, I'm like, he's not going to sign it, right? And they just looked at me. They've tried it in PD. LM is going through the same thing with 3 officers in PD that they don't help. It's a political nut house is what it is. It's small, and for some reason here in Mississippi, in these small towns, they have this delusional view of what they want. And they, perfect example, if you want a better example than this, just look at the county operations in general.
This right here is extremely resembles extremely closely someone trumping up something just trying to get rid of me somehow or another. And that's just flat out wrong. Somebody wants my job that dang bad.
Well, the thing of it is like I told the mayor,
I'd love to see who it is face to face and ask him why.
If this is true, and if this is the purpose, then there's I still run an assessment, so the possibility of that individual getting hired, especially since they've already been here one time and failed, slim and none. So unless they're playing, there again, as I've said, I think we've talked about this before, there are angles being played outside of the department that are affecting what we do. And the bottom line is that one, I told them that this may be a counseling statement, but in 60 days I'm going to come back with, my plan is 60 days to come back with another counseling statement saying that these issues have been resolved and that most of the, how did I I don't know what, I think I've got it on here somewhere, but I've got it worded. The issues have been discussed and resolved, and at this point, there's no need to continue. Because, and that would have just been me and you sitting here putting that in your file, so if something did come up, I could pull it out and throw it on the table and go,
I've seen all of my evals. There's not a one that says anything remotely close to any of this.
Well, and that's the thing.
I don't see how he can throw this at you and make you do this when nothing in your files backs it up.
Apparently.
And if he doesn't give, wow.
Apparently, all this is. I don't know why. I've got you, and I've got two others that I've got to do. And it's just stupidity.
All right. Well, I got to go.
Do me a favor on one thing. Just little things. Just pay attention to. Just keep doing it.
That's what I do.
Like I said, I've been fighting this for 3 weeks. This is a waste of time and this is a waste of paper in my opinion. In my opinion, that's what it is. But again, sometimes I have to do what they're barking about just to get them off our backs. But get me a full grievance.
All right.
And write it. And keep this between you and me right now. Don't discuss it. Don't say a word. Just get me a grievance so we can handle this and get this done. I'm absolutely frustrated that I even have to do this. I'm to the point. I got to the point where I'm like, do you just want my badge now, or do you want to wait? Because they're tying my hands on getting things done. They're just tying my hands. And I don't know if they're trying to piss me off and chase me off or what they're trying to do. But I've come to the determination that I'm going to do it by the numbers and I'm going to make them suffer. And that's exactly what you guys are doing, and that's what I expect out of the department. And if we can do that, eventually they'll get bored and they'll go find somebody else to street with. But this is just, I'm finding that in this county, this is just how they work. I spend half my time going over to City Hall going, what now? I had somebody complain that you guys were, where they were, who it was, they were having lunch. What was it? The junction. Fire truck was parked at the junction having lunch. I'm like, yeah, they're out doing hydrants. They probably wanted to go to the junction for lunch, since they're not in the station. Got people complaining about that, and it's like, why are they complaining? We're doing our job. Pre-plans. Well, why are you doing all these inspections? They're not inspections, they're pre-plans. We're looking, we're seeing, we're developing a strategy. Why do you have to do that? Why can't they just, not bother the businesses? Not bothering the businesses. So it's a perception people are having. Before I got here, those doors were shut and those trucks didn't go unless it was a burning fire. And that's not serving the community. And for us, with the new standards that have come out all across the board, from NFPA to the frickin' rating bureau, with the new standards, we have to do these things just to maintain what we do. And now I'm getting crap from, since nobody ran against them, I guess they think they had power, so I'm getting crap from City Hall. And I fight, this is a chief job. You fight this shit. The thing is just, you get me that grievance so I can move forward with it. Right. Once I move forward with it, it's done. All right. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, we've discussed this. As far as I'm concerned, it's a done deal. Okay? It's done. Okay. You get me the grievance, I can fight this. All right. That's what I need, and that's what I've been telling everybody. If you have a problem, if there's a maintenance issue, if anything, put it, we've got form, and this I'll take care of it, don't worry about this. But, if it can't be fixed immediately, do a maintenance format. That little thing there, I can protect you with. Just something simple like that. You know, who did I get on the other day? Wasn't wearing their safety vest. And I'm like, you're out on the roads, wear your damn vest. You get clocked by a car, I can't protect you. We have to pay attention to those details. I got a phone call the other day about, what was it? It's so trivial, I forgot it, but anyway. Yeah, I get those things all the time, and I have to explain to people why we're doing what we do. But if we don't have, and this is the biggest thing, is someone will come up and complain to me about something. I'm like, well, put it in writing. I can't defend you, I can't protect you, and I can't do a damn thing if it's not in writing. And that's what I, you know, like you said, when you came up and asked for your documents, I had no problem giving them to you. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. I'm fighting.
I never thought you were. It's just strictly, I like to keep a record of my own employment.
It's your right. Yeah. It is absolutely your right.
Yeah.
And you keep that copy with those paperwork, and you keep a copy of your grievance with that paperwork. So if something comes up and say, look, this is the second time you all come after my ass. I would rather spend my time trying to find grants or doing the other work that I need to do than dealing with this. That, you know, when I have people, it's a part of the job in a small town that sucks. LM's going through the same thing. I think it's a bleed over from the police department, I'll be honest with you. LM's going through the same thing in the police department. He's got, well, and he actually gets it more than I do because of the police. So keep it confidential. Get me the grievance so I can go over there and pull this on you.
Okay.
Okay? Because this is something that they're not ready for. They're not ready for, you know, me to hand them the policy and say, okay, we need to have a grievance hearing. I need to sit down with you and the city attorney, and we need to go over this.
Yeah.
And then that will put a stop to it. Because now it becomes a proceeding, which is totally different. And I can tell you, Tucker, for all his idiosyncrasies, if it ain't right, he ain't going. If it ain't 100% right, he ain't gonna touch it. And I've already talked to him about this, and this is what he's recommended we do. Okay.
All right.
That's why, if I seem like I've been off, that's why. Because the only people that know about this is, well, they're not going, I don't know what they're going to do, but inside this department, and so far the only people I know about it is me and you. I want to keep it that way. I want to get this grievance done, and I want this to disappear. I just want it to disappear. As you can tell, I'm just, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of misdirection from people going on right now, and there's a lot of people wanting to, I don't know, point fingers, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of things that are going to be happening over the next few months that we don't have time for this. You know, there's a lot of good things coming for the department, and this stuff here, they're freaking roadblocks that just take my attention away from what needs to be done. Takes your attention away from what needs to be done. You know, all of your, you know, everything you've done, the pre-plan sheet, it's a good sheet. There's nothing wrong with it. All I did was, I think I never had a chance to. I just took out how many fire extinguishers there were. We don't need to know that. I could care less. I know
that was just on one of the many different
ones
I drew from. It was
you pulled from it and said, "Oh yeah, I remember doing this one," and it looked normal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care about the fire. I'll be honest with you. I mean, when we're doing what we're doing now, where you were and where you got that from, it's a priority.
Yeah, that was.
And again, that form, spot on. It does what we needed to do. I shortened it, got it down to one sheet, so because I got to put it in a book.
Yeah.
And also having it in that format when, or if we get the software, which will be a cloud-based software, all those forms will just transfer right over. So they're all, all that works fine. And like I told everybody, so you worked hard on it, this is what we're using. And I've had the little as hell, you bring in an ice cream cone and you'll have that. But your workload is fine.
I hadn't complained about it. I mean,
well, it's, again, the biggest problem I have with this community is if there's not at least one rumor floating around, nobody's happy. They feed off of it, and it drives me up the wall. Drives me up the wall. It's just like doing inspections, and I know you heard it from Brian. Oh, they're going to shut so and so down.
Mm-hmm.
Who told you? If people come up to me and, well, they said, who the hell is they? That's the one thing that will make me go nuts. Put it in writing and give me names. Then I can stop it. But don't come up here and tell me, oh, there's, what was I talking about? There's 3 people going to leave the department. I will never stop a person from improving themselves. If they feel that their life is taking them in another direction, I'm not going to stop them. But they won't tell me who, and they won't tell me where they got the information. I just heard. Who did you hear it from?
Second, third, fourth hand information.
And it could have been, I'm going on vacation next week. Oh man, I'm going on vacation the week after. Oh man, I'm taking the weekend off. There's your 3 people leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So just help me with this, because you can't shoot stupid people. It's against the law. I checked. And trust me, I would have cleared out City Hall a long time ago if I could. But just get me the grievance. Keep this confidential. Keep this between you and me. It will go away.
Okay.
I'm tired. As you can tell,
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. Last night, we're short one part-timer, and last night I'm like, I need to fill that slot. It's been empty for, Chris has been gone almost 4 or 5 months. I said, it's been empty. Well, why do you need it? Well, it helps cut the overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and and you can just, what was the question I was asked? Oh, well, Mom barks up and goes, well, can't you find any certified firefighters around here in Louisville and Winston County? Yes, ma'am. They all work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's people in volunteer departments that are certified.
They work in Starkville.
The one, after call, is a nurse, and he works in Starkville.
Mm-hmm.
If there are any others,
Blake Daniels lives here, but he works there, and he's got his own side business. He ain't got time for that.
And they've not come up here and said, hey, I'd like to get work part-time. I'm not going to go out there and beg.
Yeah.
It's if you want part-time, like Darnell was looking for part-time. He showed up. That's not a bad idea. I could help these guys out. And it does help you guys out. But to ask that question, it's like, well, with the fire truck. Well, can't you find a fire truck for $100,000? Seriously?
No.
So that's the mentality right now that I'm dealing with. And I've been dealing with it for 3 years. The rest of the world is just cruising. And I'm dealing, what is it? The world's on 78 and I'm dealing with 33 and a third. So I'm just asking you to keep it confidential. Get me the grievance so I can put a stop to this.
All right.
I don't know what the hell's coming next, but at least I can stop this stupidity. I think I know where it's coming from. And if I can do this, I think I'll finally shut that one up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can give you another example. It just hit my head. budget. Simple things like budget. I'm supposed to have $10,000 in equipment. Okay? Our illustrious city clerk didn't put it in equipment, she put it in training. That's why everybody's going to school. Because I can't buy equipment with it. I damn sure ain't going to just let it roll back into the budget.
Mm-hmm.
It's rebate money. But it's slotted for training. I had $2,000 to buy equipment, so I couldn't buy turnout gear this year because I was planning to get everybody fitted. So I've got like 6 grants out there, and God, hopefully I get one of them, not all 6. Or we're going to have more turnout gear than we could ever imagine. But like, I know you need good turnout gear. Well, I've got 6 grants out right now to get turnout gear. I'm still waiting on AFG. Mm-hmm. I have to do that because instead of putting it in equipment, which she didn't think we needed, she put it in training. But yet my request, my paperwork, everything I did and everything that was approved said training. I went in there and got a PO for some books. And the mayor goes, well, you don't have that kind of money in there. I said, yes, sir, I do. I got $10,000 in training. No, you got $10,000 in equipment. No, sir, I got $10,000 in training. He looks that up in the budget and he's like, what the hell? Yeah, tell me about it. Because once it's done, it's done. You can't change it unless you get a board order. And I'm not going through that fight.
Yeah.
So just get this, keep it confidential. Okay? And get it to me. Just write it up, get it to me, and I can get the meeting, I can sit down, I can say, this is what I got, now what do you have? And if they pull out another fucking handwritten note with no signature on it, I'm filing a grievance. Because that's how it all gets started. Somebody writes it on a notepad, puts it in an envelope, puts it under the mayor's, It's like with, I had one. What was it? Somebody was doing something, I don't know, it was about 1.5 years ago, but it was a handwritten note with no signature. And I'm like, you can't do this. So I had to do the same thing last time. So I'm giving them this, but I need your grievance to go back and go, okay, what do we have, guys? What do we have?
Okay.
I mean, I fight for you guys because, especially you, because I hired you. Mm-hmm. I saw something in you that I didn't see in the other candidates. And you've been doing that. Mm-hmm. It's been a little bumpy. What the hell? It's work.
Yeah.
I mean, days go bad, days go south, whatever. Okay? But I have to do this to defend the department and to defend you. That's my job.
Yeah.
So keep it quiet, keep it confidential, get me the grievance so I can put an end to the shit.
Okay.
The grievance will end it. It did it last time.
Mm-hmm.
And if that doesn't, then I'll turn around and file a grievance.
Okay.
Because if I can't get the name of who and the what, how in the hell am I supposed to do anything?
Yeah.
Again, you notice that, I made these as general as I could. The one that they sent was basically, that made no sense. I cleaned that up because it didn't make any sense. But I made this as general as I could.
Okay.
And again, as far as I'm concerned, once that grievance is filed, and if I know Tucker, if they can't produce the names, and they can't produce more evidence than a couple handwritten sheets, he's not going to pursue it. If he's not going to pursue it, the board will not support it. I've learned that one thing. Tucker is the key to the board. And I know with that grievance rebutting this, he's going to throw his hands up and say, there's just not enough. There's just not.
Well, if there is a meeting, whatever, with him and everything, they bring the evidence, I want to be there for it.
If they bring evidence and they have signatures, according to the policy, then it becomes a hearing. So I take your grievance, and I sit down and say, okay, I've got a grievance. Where's your proof? All right, let's set a hearing date. And then we have a hearing.
So I'm not part of that meeting,
You're not part of the first meeting.
and I can't be, can I? I'd like to.
The way the labor thing is, the labor laws run, that first meeting is more of a discovery, because right now I have an accusation.
Mm-hmm.
I have an accusation that I've already written that I do not agree with.
Right.
I have that. I have your grievance.
Mm-hmm.
If they have, again, like the last time, which this is usually where this comes from, somebody writes an anonymous letter.
Yeah.
If it's an anonymous letter, it stops right there. End of story. This document, everything except your grievance, disappears.
Okay.
It just gets shredded, put in the trash, thrown away, burned, whatever. Your grievance goes in your file as shown that you filed a grievance against an issue, and then there's also a letter in there saying it was unfounded.
Okay.
Okay? So, get me the grievance, then I can stop this.
Okay.
Now, if they have miraculously come up with new evidence, then there's a hearing.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to play with it. And I'll let you know, you'll have, I think it's 30 days notice, so that you can make preparations, get an attorney, whatever you need. I mean, the city is at will, but I'm trying to put some protections in there, because too many people in this damn place run by knee-jerk reactions. And I get so frustrated sometimes I end up doing the same thing, and I have to back off and regroup myself.
Yeah.
Just give me that grievance, and I promise you I'll stop this thing.
All right.
Because I've not seen anything other than, well, he's done this, this, and this. Well, hell, if you're going to claim this, you might as well hit the whole damn city with it. Start with Parks and Public Works over there. Them boys of Public Works, they're out in the middle of the street cussing the city. If you're going to do this, oh, that's a different issue. No, it's not. My guys are not standing out in the middle of the street telling a business owner how sucky the city is. My people are telling the city that they appreciate their job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I'm trying to stop this. I've been trying to stop it for 3 weeks. I've just decided to go the long route and end it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and again, I've been stressed for the last freaking month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
I've been trying, and trust me, I have had some of the best, I consider the best, fire service labor law people guide me on this. Okay? And I don't like this. I don't like someone telling me how to run my department. I don't. I mean, the fire service, we're nothing but a big dysfunctional family. And we're about as dysfunctional as we are the definition of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go, change the name of the department, you got the same freaking issue.
Yeah.
That's why nothing around here really surprises me. But when I have to deal with people outside the fire service, that's where the complications come in. Because it's like the vacation thing. I'm fighting to get that redone because by FLSA, you guys are getting screwed. You don't work 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
You work 24 hours a day, 8 to 9 days a month. So the calculation is totally different. When I first got here, we were ranked as the police officers. The everything but the pay scale, because police officers get paid a hell of a lot more here than what we get paid. Everything but the pay scale was based on law enforcement. I'm like, we don't work 12-hour shifts, and I don't have enough people to have 8 ranks. So slowly, I'm getting things where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's hideous what I've had to deal with in my first 2 years. This, I believe, is a idiotic attempt at something. And I'm just not, I don't like dealing with stupid things. And to be forced into dealing with this is not something I want to do. Okay?
Yeah.
Whether you and I agree that door is white or not is irrelevant. The fact that it opens is what we agree on.
Yeah.
Okay? The rules, policies, and procedures, as long as they're followed, that's why I don't bother anybody. What does the policy say? I forgot. Anyway, I've had so much go on. I've been fighting this. Nothing else has gotten done in the last 2 weeks. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Going to conference was actually a needed break, and actually that's where I spoke to a labor attorney that gave a conference up there, and I'm following his coaching on this. I wish I would have gotten his advice or knew that he existed 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I'm following it, and I'm doing this is his recommendation to end this now. And I've just come to the decision that I'm at the point where you guys have to come to me before you do anything at City Hall, so I can make sure you're protected.
I mean, that's in the PBGs. You have to come to you before we can go there.
Well, I've got a couple that like to use backdoor, think they're using backdoor politics, and all they're doing is killing us.
I don't know anybody around here to do backdoor politics.
Well,
and I'm too stand up. I'm fine. Problem, I'm gonna tell you to your face. And I wish whoever this is would do that too.
You've been that with me since day one, and that's probably the biggest reason why I hired you. Because if something's fucked up, you're gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once we talk about it, I show you the PPGs, I explain to you, or I just tell you, look, that's the way we got to do it. Whether you like it or not is relevant.
I accept it and move on.
Yeah. So, just keep this, you and me, give me the grievance, and let me get through this.
I'll have you grievance by Friday.
I need it. Friday, I can take it Friday. Well, you guys work Friday?
No, we work Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
I'll email it to you.
Email
by
it to
Friday.
Me. If you can get it to me before 9:30, because for staff meeting, I'll have a closed door Thursday morning because both of them will be there.
All right.
And I'll get that done, and by Friday it's over.
All right.
All
See
right.
what I can do.
But give me that. If you have to, take it paragraph by paragraph, and just say, I agree with, I have a grievance against this, I have a grievance against this, I have a grievance against this. And just say, look, I follow, I do, just give it to me, and I can go, okay, what do you have? And as soon as they honk, we got this, and I'm like, all right, where's the city? Doctor's gonna be like, y'all need to drop this shit.
Yeah.
And I've discussed it with him, and he said, without the proof, with that grievance and without the proof, that's the end of it.
Okay.
A month ago, Kenny tried to fire some guy that was on. It's nothing similar to this, but he tried to. He's got a guy that was on workman's comp, and came off workman's comp, didn't tell anybody, used his sick leave, used his vacation, and still wanted to come back to work. And we should be fired for that. But because Kenny didn't do paperwork, whose fault is it? It's Kenny's fault. Kenny let him slide because, he's not here, I ain't worried about it, And Kenny let it slide. Well, now Kenny's paying the price. Even though, he's not working, we're not paying him, he's still a city employee.
Yeah.
So he's still getting benefits. And Kenny's angry about it, but it's like, dude, you didn't document this, how do you expect him to do it? They've done it before. You had a different mayor? Probably. You had a different attorney? Probably. But without documentation, you can't do anything. And Kenny's old school. He thinks he should just go grab it. He doesn't like the idea of having to. He wants to be able to hire who he wants to fire, who he wants to do. He wants to be his own company.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. The board makes those decisions. Just like last night, the board voted for the guy who worked part-time.
get it to me by Friday, I should. I will put it in sealed envelope. I should have you a letter saying your grievance and the documentation that was presented. I found it. This matter is now closed.
Okay.
And then that'll be in your file. Your grievance will be in your file. This, I can't afford to make these.
Okay.
And then I can get back on trying to get his equipment.
Sounds good.
Hey Sam, I don't know what to tell you. I'm at a total loss for this. Just keep doing your job. Keep driving forward. I'll let you know.
All right.
That's all I'm asking anyway. So just, and you know, coming back, doing what you did, I should have, I don't know. Right now, I got a feeling I do, and I got a feeling it involves somebody relative that wants to be a fighter. I got enough issues with trying to get Joel to the academy and trying to get. I probably got an ulcer, but just get it to me. That's all I can say. I can't say that enough. Just get it to me, but keep it confidential.
All right.
Because if it gets out, you know how. Hell, if you tell a mouse in this town, somebody is going to go off the. And just get it to me because I'm 99.99% sure.
Okay. Will do. I gotta roll. I got a doctor's appointment.
Go get that taken care of. Get that to me as soon
Actually,
as.
finished one of them, yeah.
I got to do that too. I got one in the back that's.
Got a crown. I gotta finish. All right.
Mine's a filler. I know you're paying. Hey, they haven't talked about root canal though.
I've already had it. I had it a few years ago. I just hadn't got the crown.
I was about to say root canal.
They're not that bad. I've had a few.
I had one of them.
Yeah. All right.